Hey everybody, this is Total Gamer Junkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So it looks like the creative team behind The Legend of Genji is going to be having some stiff competition against this person, Christian Garland, who started a petition to Nickelodeon for this new Avatar series, Avatar: The Legend of Abioye. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Abioye, like I don't know. If someone could tell me how to pronounce it in the comments below, I'd appreciate it. So this was actually just sent to me. It was from one of my subs, Dr. Daniel. Want to give you a huge thanks. He sent this to me a few minutes ago, and I thought I would cover it. I haven't actually read it yet. I skimmed it a bit. I found out that there's gold bending in this, which sounds pretty cool. And as you can see from the picture, it's great. I love that tiger with the antlers. I love how this earthbender looks. And anyways, I'm here. Let's get reading. I hope you all enjoyed this. And be sure that if you love Avatar, be sure to share this with everyone. Let them know you can find this video here on my channel. But I will leave the link because this is actually a petition. So this person's trying to get a petition to have this made by Nickelodeon, and it says it's at 45,922 signatures already, and the goal is to get to 50,000. Alright, so without further ado, let's get reading. We loved Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legends of Korra, and we want more of the Avatar universe. I declare that Nickelodeon starts working on Avatar: Legends of Abioye. Sorry again if that's mispronounced. From the lush jungle lands of a hidden continent yet to be documented on any known map comes rumors of a powerful young earthbender named Abioye. He lives his life on the run with his Zion, which is a zebra lion, named Imari, and his other friends, as he is a coveted prize of the ruling earthbending king, most powerful earthbender of this earthbending gang. Sorry about that. So he is a coveted prize of most powerful earthbender of this earthbending gang that has stolen riches from all over the world and quickly rose to power. Alright, because he got little brackets there, so it's just letting you know. Okay, so as he is a coveted prize of a ruling earthbending king that resides over the lands of Abioye's unprecedented ability to bend gold. Okay, so what that means is, like, I'm pretty sure what that's saying is that this new avatar can bend gold, and that's pretty interesting. Bending gold. I don't think that's been done before because Toph invented metal bending. So at least I'm pretty sure she invented metal bending. So so adding gold bending, that's pretty good. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, it's a pretty cool idea. Why run from a life of luxury and riches for all your days, you ask? Simple. Abioye dreams of traveling the world and using his gifts to bring fortune to downtrodden lands under oppression from selfish and greedy rulers. It isn't long before his abilities become famous among his neighboring lands, and he is tested by random lost sailors from a distant waterbender tribe, and is told that he is the next incarnation of the Avatar. But he has never bended anything other than earth and gold. He has no idea how to learn them. As this amazing news spreads, the king, already in hot pursuit of him, decides to spare no expense on a full-on countrywide manhunt to capture and own Abioye for himself. Now equipped with the proper incentive, Abioye, Imari, and his friends happily begins his journey to the other unknown lands with a greedy king on his heels. All credit for the idea goes to Marcus Williams. Check out this website for more characters and the storyline. This would be a great next Avatar story and should be made. Now I'm going to leave a link not only to this petition, but to the visual novel, which will be in the description below. Now I'm also going to read it, but from what I've just read, I gotta say, this alone is really, like, at least to me, is more compelling than The Legend of Genji. Now, don't get me wrong, I plan to read. Well, I plan to upload the Legend of Genji comics to my YouTube channel, but I will be leaving a link to the original, where the site, the Legend of Genji site, where I saw the video. But if it's actually if it's a motion comic, then I'll just react to it, you know. But seriously, I gotta say, the fact that this avatar can bend gold, and a king is trying to capture him so he can use his gold bending ability to make him more richer and use his power for evil. I gotta say, that is really more compelling than Genji's storyline about how there was a false avatar and people find out about Genji. Like, I want to make this clear. I'm not saying that this is going to be way better than The Legend of Genji, and I am not saying that The Legend of Genji is going to be better than this. We hardly know anything about either of these projects. Like, I know that The Legend of Genji, well, we all know The Legend of Genji was made by fans, people who loved the Avatar series and wanted to continue it, who researched and studied the lore of the series and did everything that they could to bring it to life, to make it feel like you're actually watching, that you're actually reading or watching, depending on if it's a motion comic or not, that it makes you feel like it's a true sequel to The Legend of Korra. Now I'm going to click on this next part here, which is a link to The Legend of Genji, and here we got some artwork, what it's about, blog, media, merchandise, contract. So it's a fan fiction by Marcus Williams. Now I'm going to start reading this here. If you want to read this by yourself and just leave the video right now, link is in the description below. From the lush jungle lands of a hidden continent yet to be documented on any known map comes rumors of a powerful young earthbender named Abioye. Abioye, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. So then we got here Abioye or Abioye, the earthbender. Avatar, The Legend of Abioye. Oh, and they've pronounced it out. Abioye. So that's how you say it. Abioye. Okay. The Legend of Abioye. This is Persone fan fiction that's what it says. Persone. Person. In case you think I'm mispronouncing it. This a Persone fanfiction that takes place 100 years after the events of The Legend of Korra. Okay, so Legend of Genji, Korra died 17 years after The Legend of Korra series, and then 17 years later is the next Avatar, so that'd be. So The Legend of Genji takes place 34 years later, or might be 35, depending on, how old the Avatar is. So, but this one takes place 100 years, so, okay, we got difference in when the next Avatar is born and that. Alright, synopsis. 100 years have passed since Avatar Korra. From the lush jungle lands of a hidden continent yet to be documented on any known map comes rumors of a powerful young earthbender named Abioye. He lives his life on the run as he is a coveted prize of the ruling earthbending king that resides over the lands for his unprecedented ability to bend gold. Why run from a life? Wait, so this is... Okay, so that's what we just read at the beginning. Okay, so that's what we just read in that other one. Now let's scroll down. We got Abioye and Zebra Lion, Amari. But that's... What ones do we read? Okay, so I gotta read this here. Sorry, it's just left and right, so I have to figure out what is what. So we got gold bending. The gold that adorns his wrist and clothing are not just for show, as it is Abioye's constant, reusable ammunition as he travels from adventure to adventure. Similar to the metal benders of legend, He can instantly mold he gold into any shape or construct he needs. It does say he gold instead of his. I'm just reading it as it said, so if you notice some mistakes, that's just how it's written. The most notable difference between the two types of metal is the pure worth of gold in nearly all economies that Abioye travels to. He can either choose to be inconspicuous by hiding his gold and walking among common folk as a peasant, or carefully slice thin pieces of it to live in comfort with all the amenities of a prince. And then we got Abioye and his zebra lion Imari. Abioye and his zebra lion Imari, is it Imari, or is it Imari? Oh, I think it's meant to be Imari. Okay, so Abioye and his zebra lion Imari are rarely ever seen without one another. Highly protective of the young earthbender, the beast guards over the teen like it would its own cub. Unfortunately, due to its beautiful coat and persistent poaching, this magnificent creature is one of only a handful left alive. Legends tell of ancient zebra lions bending earth with their mighty roars and powerful paws in their elder years. Abioye considers Imari a brother and will risk his life to protect him. Now that is interesting because with Avatar lore, the benders, I forget who they were. They were animals. Firebending came from dragons. I know that, but I'm just trying to think. Hold on, Avatar. Let me just look this up real quick. Avatar. Who were the first Earth benders? I know it was an animal. Okay, who were the first Earthbenders? They learned badger moles. Okay. Oh, sorry for Sean. So Omar and Shu, two lovers from war from two lovers that were each from a village that was at war. Learned earthbending from badger moles, and they created tunnels through a mountain or mountains so that they could meet up. Okay. All right. So now that I've figured out it was badger moles, let's continue. And I gotta say, I love this artwork here. Like the fact that he used an Earth sports bike, transportation, rollerball skates. That's just amazing. And like I am loving this tiger. It kind of looks like a spirit animal to me, but I'm not sure. Okay, now let's scroll down and okay, and we got some other characters here too. Okay, who's this? All right, so this woman is called Funmileo. Funmileo is the Airbender. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Funmileo is the daughter of a famous farmer who made himself a countrywide hero by single-handedly redirecting a fearsome tornado with his powerful airbending that threatened their village years before she was born. Living in the deep shadows of her father's legend, it wasn't long before she began to take notice of the trend of her townsfolk having never-ending expectations on her and her abilities as an airbender. When the stress of it all became unbearable on her 17th... wait, I missed a part. Um, Wait, no, did I? No, sorry, my mistake. When the stress of it all became unbearable on her 17th birthday, she made up her mind to run away to find a new life where no one knew of her history and begin her own path and hopefully create her own legend. To her dismay, however, her father's legend was so far-reaching she was quickly identified by at least a handful of villagers in virtually every town she attempted to settle in. Funmi began to doubt if she would ever be free of the pressure of her father's legacy. Ironically, through her father's rigorous airbending training exercise over the years, Funmi, it's Funmi, so I don't know if it's Funmi, but I think it's meant to be Funmi. Funmi unexpectedly unlocked a unique style of airbending that focused on massive amounts of crushing pressure. Her skills are tested when she stumbles upon a fleeing Abioye caught in a heated battle with bounty hunters attempting to capture him. She doesn't hesitate to come to Abioye's aid, using her violent winds, and the two become fast friends and comrades. And we got some pictures here of two of them. Looks pretty interesting. Yep, I look forward to seeing them in action together. This artwork alone is beautiful. I'm loving the art style. And next we have Balogun the Firebender. Balogun the Firebender. Balogun has led a volatile life that has hardened and tempered him to the ways of the world. Abducted as a child and separated from his parents by an invading neighboring country, his young years were nearly unbearable. Forced to join a violent firebending gang as a teenager, he was trained to be ruthless and cold. His skills as a firebender excelled him quickly through the ranks of the gang, and he was soon made to be an influential leader by the time he was 18. Many of the gang members considered his power as a firebender unparalleled due to his unique ability to plasma bend. Plasma bend, now that is interesting. That's cool. That is I wouldn't say badass, but when I see him in action plasma bending, then hell yeah, it's gonna be badass. As a rite of passage into the high inner circle of the ruthless gang, leaders must hunt down and capture a powerful airbender, a gross tradition spawned from ancient tales of Avatar Aang and Prince Zuko. The captured airbender would usually be imprisoned and tortured for a time until the leaders are satisfied. With his task firmly set in his mind, Balogun began his hunt by combing village after village, observing local fighting rings, and processing rumors about all airbenders in the area. As fate would have it, he stumbled on a village that had a tale of a legendary airbender who single-handedly redirected a deadly tornado. It was Funmi's father. Balogun quickly... Wait, what? Is it Balogun or Balgun? Balogun. B-A... okay, he's put a typo here, put 2 L's. Sorry. Balogun quickly located the man, but was sorely disappointed to find that he was a shadow of who he once was, in his current state old and decrepit. He couldn't return with such a weak example. Before leaving the town, in a local pub, he overhears rumors of the daughter of the old legend has begun carving her own tales of magnificent airbending with her new pressure bending style. An evil grin crawls across Balogun's face as he finishes his drink and sets off to find Funmileo's the airbender. Okay, so I think this is maybe one of the protagonists. I'm not too sure, but I'm looking forward to seeing him. This to me seems like a character that could start off like Zuko, be bad and end up turning good. I'm not too sure, but I am sure 100% positive that I want to see this plasma bending. When that happens, it's going to be amazing. Alright, now let's move on to the next one. So, the next person on this list is a waterbender named Maji the Waterbender. Or Majai? I'm going to say Maji. Maji was raised... Okay, there's no raised, it just says raised. But English may not be this person's main language, so... I can totally understand if there's some spelling errors. I'm not going to hold it against Marcus. So yeah, Marcus, that was the guy making it. Yeah, Marcus Williams. So if English is not his native language, then I'm not going to hold it against him, because all of this, from what I've read, is amazing. And even if there is a few spelling errors, I mean, who am I to judge? Okay, I'm a terrible writer. I sometimes put commas where full stops should be and full stops where commas should be. Sometimes I don't put exclamation marks, when there should be. I'm not a good writer, okay? I'm terrible, so who am I to judge? Margie was raised in... Margie was... my throat. Sorry about this. Margie was raised in a waterbending tribe high in the mountains where ice and snow are a mainstay. Generations ago, the ruling monarchy of the surrounding lands ordered that a waterbending tribe be set in the snow-capped mountains to regulate pure water flow to the kingdom's land to manage possible drought conditions. Since then, her tribe has known no other home as they are in essence forced to remain in the mountains. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So they have to use their waterbending and like ice and snow. That's something I want to see. Ice and snow bending. That'd be pretty cool. At a very young age, Margie exhibited waterbending skill and control well beyond her years and was quickly deemed a bending prodigy and genius by her tribe leaders. She began transcribing waterbending philosophy at age 8. Wow. Okay. Yes. Talk about a prodigy. Yeah, age 8. And was soon the star talent of her tribe. It was on her 11th year that she discovered steam bending. Steam bending, which was all but unheard of until this point, as traditional use only leans towards ice and cold water manipulation. Well, steam is like, well, I don't know what steam is. Like I'll have to look that up. Is steam water? Let me just look that up. Like, it does. Like I've been like when I boil my when I boil a kettle when I boil my kettle to make coffee, steam comes out, and when I put my hand out and I feel the steam, my hand gets wet. So I'm pretty sure that it might be water, but I might be wrong. Oh no, it is. Steam is water in the gas phase. It is commonly formed by boiling or evaporating water. Steam that is saturated or superheated is invisible. However, steam often refers to wet steam, the visible mist or aerosol of water droplets formed as water vapor condenses. Well, I gotta say, gold bending, plasma bending, and now steam bending. Holy crap! This is wow. Okay, I am blown away. I'm not gonna lie. All right. So where was I? I was at steam bending. Here we go. This discovery meant that if taught to other waterbenders in the surrounding areas, new forms of water regulation and purification could be implemented throughout the lands, and her people could finally be free of their contract. With this goal in mind, Margie is sent with a ranking leader from her tribe to negotiate a new terms with the residing king. Unfortunately, her hopes were quickly crushed upon her first few minutes of meeting with the king, who was terribly self-absorbed and greed-ridden. Guess like the Earth King, but his greed is gold. Margie's pleas fell upon unconcerned ears. Fuck my throat. Sorry for swearing. Margie's pleas fell upon unconcerned ears before being dismayed entirely. Outraged by the encounter, Margie's emotions flared as she was determined to insert her goal to see her people free. She seared the hands of the king using her steam bending. Ooh, ouch. The king, besides himself in utter fury, calls for the destruction of her village and the imprisonment of her entire tribe, along with Margie herself. Disgusted with the situation, Margie and her tribesmen narrowly escape the kingdom and must now ready themselves for war with a tyrant. With the impossible odds stacked against her people, Margie is desperate to find a solution when she randomly comes across a wanted poster set out by the king himself for the capture of the new avatar, Abioye. Her mind whirls to concoct a strategy that aligns herself with Abioye to fight off their now common enemy. Her hopes is that she can offer her waterbending knowledge to the avatar before he learns it elsewhere, in exchange for his help in defending her people. They set off to hunt down this new avatar with newfound hope. Wow, okay, so interesting. A lot of people are trying to find Avatar Abioye, but not to help him become the Avatar. Oh no. Each has their own ideas, what they want from him. They want to use him. They're not interested in world peace. Each one wants something from him. And I gotta say, that is a lot more interesting than with Genji. Like, this is blowing me away, and I've only scrolled halfway down the page. this next person, Ikana, the Combustion Bender. And combustion bending was done by that guy. I forget who he was. But I'm pretty sure it was it was the guy that Zuko hired to find Aang, and then he tried to get him to stop. Um, what was the Combustion Man? He was a firebending assassin and a silent bounty hunter hired by Prince Zuko to track down and eliminate Avatar Aang. But then Zuko decided to get him to stop. So, and I'm pretty sure in the legend of Korra, that woman. I think she was a combustion bender. I forget her name. But then there's that metal, and it bends over her face, and it explodes. And I gotta say, that was amazing. It's one of my favorite kills in I gotta say, in not in all of Avatar, but just in the Legend of Korra. Alright, now let's talk about the Combustion Man. Okay, so Ikana, the Combustion Man. So we got fanfiction concept, Avatar, the Legend of Abin. Oh yeah. Here we go. Ikane is the son of the Royal Guard's highest ranking commander, and he has been trained from birth to follow in his father's footsteps. His father has a renowned reputation as one of the most powerful firebenders in any known kingdom, as he is also a deadly combustion bender. It was no surprise that Ikana began his rigorous combustion bending training far earlier than any boy should, seeing as how strenuous and daring the style can be on the body of the user. His training paid off, however, as he became the youngest combustion bender ever recorded, and was soon enlisted in his father's regime. He soon exhibited the ability to cause explosions without having to visibly focus on his targets, but rather mentally envision the area he wished to destroy. Now that is badass. That's like, I wouldn't say it's OP, but it's OP, which is what I said I wouldn't say. Unheard of in any recorded tomes of firebending, this was an ability that surpassed even those of his father. Ikana's father couldn't have been more proud of his son's achievements. Achievement, not achievements. The biggest issue with his progress and promotion was that Ikana did not possess the ruthless and callous mentality his father was trying to imbue into him. He was a kind and patient-minded young man that enjoyed making loved ones smile and laugh whenever he could. He loved nature and often would steal away to reflect in the meadows and forests surrounding the kingdom. While his father was well aware of his son's personality, he never wasted an opportunity to force him to display the very opposite, and would often assign tasks that dealt with punishing or reprimanding prisoners. He was repeatedly frustrated by failure as his son resonated good in every work assigned to him. Just desperate to see results, what's going to happen here? His father vowed to brand his son with painful, searing reminders each time he failed to adhere to the hardened ways he felt a king's guard should execute. Before long, Ikana could no longer show his body in public, as he became riddled with scars. Wow, okay, that's pretty dark. A testament to his unwavering pure heart. At his wit's end, Ikana's father was given the order to lead a group of his finest to capture the Avatar at all costs, and saw no better opportunity to force his son to become the man he wanted him to be. He announced publicly that his son would successfully capture the Avatar or die trying. Staring coldly into his son's eyes, he whispered that he himself would end him if he failed his mission. It was then that Ikana knew he no longer considered this man as his father. Equipped with a small regiment of soldiers, Ikana outwardly gave the impression that he had every intention to set off to capture Abioye and return him to the feet of his father. This was, of course, a front to effectively escape the oppression of his father and shed his ties with his kingdom for good. Now, this kind of reminds me of Zuko. If you remember, Zuko, he disrespected, I forget who it was, a soldier or something, and in a fighting match, he found out he was fighting his father. and Zuko couldn't go through with it, and his father, with no hesitation, with no mercy, burned Zuko's face, branding him. And Zuko, in an effort to reclaim his honor, sets out to capture the Avatar. So this is really the exact opposite. This guy, this father, like he's like Zuko's father, but unlike Zuko, Ikane isn't desperate to seek his father's love. He knows the type of man his father is, and he's against that. So, yeah. So he wants to help make his kingdom good. But this says he wants to shed ties with his kingdom for good. But I assume with the new Avatar, this sorry, Ikana is going to maybe come back with Abioye and try to free his people from the tyranny of his father. I'm not too sure. But anyway, let's continue with, I think this might be an Earthbender. I think so, but I'm not too sure. So next on this list, we have Obi the Mechanic. Obi is Abioye's faithful childhood friend that has tagged along throughout every adventure presented to them without fail. More often than not, he has required saving on said adventures. However, if he were to recount it, he would say that he was a hero on every occasion. A natural-born comedian with a wit fast enough to whip up any excuse in the event trouble should arise, he has self-proclaimed himself as Abioye's official manager and handler due to his recent spike in escalating popularity as the world's new avatar. A brilliant... Oh, so I'm sorry for all these stutters, by the way. It's like my throat's getting dry because I've been reading for... How long has this video gone for? Christ, over half an hour. But I'm not going to split this into parts. I want to read this. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you all are enjoying this video as well. And as I said before, the links to the petition and this website where I'm getting this information from are in the comments below. I mean, not comments, in the description below. But I'll also leave it in the comments if you people want me to. Alright, so anyways, let's continue. A brilliant mechanic by trade, he runs a rather dilapidated auto repair shop in his hometown that is surprisingly successful despite the fact that he's the only employee. The only human employee, that is, as a handful of robots bounce busily throughout his shop, handling cumbersome tasks while he focuses on the more complex and specialized happenings. While he's not a bender himself, Obi has rivaled some of the country's top engineers when it comes to mechanical engineering and leading bending sciences with more than a dozen of his own unique inventions. One such invention that he believes could change the world involves using cutting-edge experimental methods that extract the spirit energy from the surrounding area of a bender and imbue that essence into small contained storage units for later specified use. Far more effective than batteries, his invention could power entire cities for months at end. A skilled stick fighter that has made his way through a number of local and national competitions, Obi has in fact been successful in backing Abioye up in a handful of scuffs in their younger years, that he won't ever let Abioye forget. For all his shortcomings, Obi is completely loyal and dedicated to supporting his friend through thick and thin, fully ready to risk his life to protect Abioye's. Oh, we even got this comic here. Abioye, you hit him, I'll retreat. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty cool. And then, oh my god, okay, this next part I know you are all gonna love, because I love it. And I've only read who the name of the next character, and this is amazing. Meeting Avatar Korra. Like, oh my god, I gotta say, she looks amazing. Wow. And I'm stunned. I'm shocked. Like this is amazing what I'm looking at. So we got meeting Avatar Core. Oh, what's that sound? Oh, dishwasher's done. I'm sorry that my dishwasher was making the sound that it's done. Anyways, meeting Avatar Korra in the spirit realm. On Abioye's journey, he will find many resources to his bending frustrations, but none will bring more clarity than his first meeting with Avatar Korra. Won't spoil the full plot, but in her now wiser and more patient mindset, she will offer a wealth of advice to aid this young burdened Avatar. Wow, okay. Like, and I know there are some people that have their problems with Korra, but one of the things I liked was how she wasn't Aang, how she had her own personality, where she was more reckless, and Aang was more patient. She was more of an offensive fighter, and Aang was a defensive fighter. And I don't know if you actually noticed, but I heard this thing, and I plan to make a video on it later, that the Avatar reincarnation cycle, the next Avatar's appearance is based off the previous Avatar's love interest, like who the past Avatar loved the most. And I remember when I first watched The Legend of Korra, I was thinking Korra looks like exactly like Katara, or Korra, well, not exactly, but I was like, yeah, she definitely looks like her. There's a very unique similarity, because I thought originally that Korra was actually the granddaughter of Aang, but to find out, like, it's not been confirmed, but I really hope this theory does become canon. I would absolutely love for it to be canon. And Korra is actually because she's the last Avatar, isn't she? After the Avatar spirit was destroyed, it killed all the Aang in the other past lives. Roku, Kyoshi, and I don't know the others. Wan or Weiyu, the first Avatar, I forget his name. And then she had to defeat. Oh man, I really gotta watch it. She had to defeat this guy and remove the dark Avatar spirit from him, and she put it inside herself, I believe, so and she cleansed the spirit or something like that. I'm so sorry if I'm screwing this up, and if you want to leave a dislike or a hateful comment, go ahead, because I really need to watch this series again. So yeah, she got the dark Avatar spirit, and so basically she is the only Avatar reincarnation there is, and Abioye is only going to be able to talk to her unless there's a way for all the spirits to return. Because, like, Korra lost her bending, and Avatar Aang his spirit was able to restore it. So, if a spirit can come and restore a person's bending, then why can't a spirit bring back other spirits? But I'm not too sure about how the spirit world works, how the Avatar cycle works. We're getting close to the ending here, so let's move on to this next character. So this lovely lady is Aya Inade. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Abioye's mother, his mother, Aya Inade, has been a household name among his tribe for as long as he could remember, for her enormous impact on her country as a revolutionary warrior. Most who know her tale would consider the title of superhero more fitting than anything else, as her history would define her as nothing less. Alright, let's find out about her history. What'd she do that make her a superhero? Aya was raised by a very wise group of elderly women, after her parents were killed in a civil war during her early years. While all were very skilled earthbenders, they made it a priority to pour their social and political wisdom into the young girl, as well as their bending prowess throughout the years. Before long, a teenage IA was secretly rallying resources for her war-torn country through careful crafted alliances with her surrounding towns and villages. As her strength in earthbending grew, however, it was a very natural next step for her to form covert such. Wait, to form. That. Okay. Well, that's what it says. For her to form covert. Oh, okay. It's not such, it's search. Sorry, my bad. Should have worn my glasses. It was a very natural next step for her to... Wait, let me get them. Here they are. Wait. Okay, yeah. Sorry, let me just put these on now. As her strength in earthbending grew, however, it was a very natural step for her to form covert search and destroy teams to begin pushing back the tyrants, pillaging and terrorizing her country. Sorry. By her early 20s, with dozens of successful tactical and support missions under her belt, Aya, or is it Aya? Let's just say Aya. Aya became a shining hero for her country. Among her skilled earthbending warriors was an honorable man named Chibuzo, who had loyally followed her into dozens of battles and bled for her cause. To no one's surprise among her followers, the two fell in love and were soon married. It was during this time that Aya stepped down from her active role to nurture her new son, Abioye. Tragedy, oh, here we go, tragedy, let me guess he dies. Tragedy quickly interrupted her maternity leave as her husband, now the spearhead of her task force, was struck down by an ambush during a critical mission. Yep, that's a shame. Heartbroken and filled with rage, Aya resumed her leadership role and commandeered a relentless 24-day assault on the enemy forces that crippled them so heavily they surrendered and fled her country. It was at this point that every citizen of the country could recount the tale of their savior, Aya and Nade. Her legend skill precedes her even now, as her son Abioye has become the new avatar. She is confident in the many lessons she has shared with her son, and ever ready to don her militant robe should she feel her family or country is in need. Now that's very interesting. Okay, that's definitely a character I would love to read about. Interesting backstory. The next avatar's mother. 24 relentless day assault. That's pretty interesting. That's, at least to me, and I'm sorry if I keep repeating words, but it is. Okay, so we're nearing the end here. So what's this? Tapping into the avatar state. Okay, the avatar's journey. Throughout Abioye's travels, his mother warned that there were powerful benders in other lands, but it never truly sunk in that someone more powerful than his mother could exist. Upon setting foot in a foreign continent, Abioye and crew unwittingly put a spotlight on the fact that they were clearly not from around these parts. Adorned with gold and precious gemstones, it wasn't long before word spread to the local gang factions that easy pickings were strolling around town. See, you gotta blend in, Abioye. You gotta go incognito. You can't be wearing gold like that. You gotta Assassin's Creed. You gotta blend in. You gotta sit by the benches. You gotta walk in the crowds. You gotta wear your hood. You can't let them see you. Alright, let me continue. Unbeknownst to the team, who were immense in taking in all of the wonderful local sights and culture, a powerful waterbender known for his this is getting interesting. Known for his murderous blood bending, was the leader of a local gang and was hot on their trail. When he finally located the team, Abioye had already been praised as a hero for saving a cluster of youth from a beachside landslide. Interrupting his celebration, the waterbender attacked the team abruptly and went straight for the unsuspecting young avatar. No stranger to a fight, Abioye slides around the sand and earth bends the surrounding stone landscape to put distance between his team and this attacker. Unfortunately, the waterbender was fully equipped with ammunition from the ocean and made quick work of closing the gap by bloodbending the team to a standstill. He's not only a murderous waterbender, he's a bloodbender. This looks very interesting. I love how it's not just explaining everything, it's also giving you stories. Like, to me, it's like I'm reading the actual thing. It's like I'm reading a book and I'm just reading the adventures. You know what I mean? Alright, now where was I? I just lost it. Okay, here we go. Closing the gap by bloodbending the team to a standstill. Twisting in pain, Abioye's eyes went white as the avatar state switched on, sending a shockwave in all directions underfoot. Shocked by the raw power emanating from Abioye, the gang leader lashed out towards the avatar enraged. Now hovering over the crater he created, Abioye felt every single grain of sand and mineral in the land around him and began to wind up his fist. Just as his teammates prepared to began to counter the gang leader's attack, the avatar swiftly created a large stone dome around the two, forcing a safety perimeter between the danger. Now encased in darkness, the glow of Abioye's eyes and markings shone brightly as his fist smashed the earth below. This is amazing. This attack was, and I mean when I say this is amazing, that's what I said. That's not what this murderous waterbender is saying. He's not going, this is amazing. No, that was just me saying amazing at the detail of the story and what's happening. This attack was devastating on new levels unseen even by Korra. Abioye recalled his mother's teachings on carbon and how understanding it was the untapped pinnacle of an earthbender. How it was the true building block of all living creatures and not water. How one day Abioye would be the only bender to master this otherworldly technique as the new avatar. And judging from what I've read, she wasn't wrong. Or isn't wrong. You know, whatever the noun, the plural, the verb, or whatever it is. His attack caused the individual grains of salt and sand to burst like miniature explosions in every direction. The blast forced the waterbender's cells to shift and expand in retching agony. Before the gang member's body burst, Abioye heard his mother call out to him from the spirit world, snapping him back from the avatar. Wait, so is she dead now, or... Oh, I thought she was alive. What? Oh, we're gonna have to... Or unless she's telepathically communicating him somehow, or she's entered the spirit world physically and can see what he's doing, I'm not too sure. Snapping him back from the avatar state. Upon deconstructing the earth barrier, the onlookers were presented with a now vomiting gang leader, tightly curled up in a fetal position, crying to himself in pain. Abioye stood onlooking just as bewild as everyone else. Oh, and then we got the Hunt, which is that Earth King that wants Abioye for his gold, I assume. I assume this is what it's meant to be, and I believe that this is the last one. Let me take a look. Yes, this is the last part here, the Hunt. Wow, okay, and nearly an hour. This video is nearly an hour long. Holy crap, this is like the longest video I've ever made. I really hope you are all enjoying this, and you don't have to watch the video, as I'll say for the third time, links to not only the petition, but what I'm reading is in the description below. Alright, here we go, the Hunt. This is where it ends for this part, but there's also other stuff. There's artwork, what it about, blog, media, merchandise, new, and then there's contact, and I won't cover those in this video, but I wouldn't mind talking about them at some other time. Alright, so Balogun made quick work of tracking down Fumileo. Okay, so it's not the king, the Earth King, it's Balogun. Alright, okay, quick work of tracking down Fumileo, especially with the swirling rumors that she was traveling in the company of the newly announced avatar. Abioye, oh wait, no, sorry, I thought that was a full stop, it's a comma. Of the newly announced avatar, Abioye. He found them just outside a small village as the pair had been traveling to avoid the crowds of curious fans, all eager to catch the glimpse of the young avatar. Thirsty to claim his prize, Balogun pounces on the unsuspecting two, setting ablaze the surrounding area to block off any attempts of escape. Exhausted from their travels, Funmi is quickly overtaken as Balogun wastes no time in targeting her vulnerable points, knocking her unconscious. Surprised by the attack, but not completely off guard, Abioye counters his attacker with extreme force. Internally... sorry, I keep thinking that's a full stop, it's a comma. Abioye counters his attacker with extreme force, comma, internally, full stop. Or is that another comma? No, that's a full stop. Balogun is pleasantly surprised that rumors of this new avatar's strength was not exaggerated. A blazing exchange of fiery wheels, spewed back and forth, composed of flame and stone, light up the evening sky as onlookers are locked in a trance to see who will emerge victorious. Balogun becomes enraged after Abioye scores a clever blow, causing the surrounding crowd to erupt in laughter, and launches an attack that would kill most men. That's a comma. Abioye manages to earthbend at the very last second to successfully block the attack, but under the pressure of Balogun's rage, he can't know for how long he can hold out. Alright, so that's the end of that, and holy crap, this is amazing. I recommend you give this a read. I'm gonna check out this merchandise actually. Let me see this. Is it loading? New Rajon.com TV shirt, posters, and merchandise. Okay, is there any pictures, or is this... Oh, yeah, what's this? Tusky Airs, Flames of Destiny. Okay. And are these some of the characters? Oh, no, I don't think... Oh, wait, is this meant to be part of... No, I don't think this is Avatar. I think this is something else. Tuskegee Airs, Able and Sword. Okay, so this is for something else entirely. This is not Genji. Okay, but anyways, that's the end. At least I don't think it's about Genji. Swaptober 2016. Punch Out. Okay, no, so this isn't about the other. That stuff, the merchandise isn't about Genji. Alright, so anyways, that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I loved reading it. And I hope you will spread the word, let people know about this video. Because I'm actually very curious to see if this video will get as many views as The Legend of Genji did. Because right now, that's about 190,000, just a little over that. Or might be a little under that, I'm not too sure. But I know it's somewhere around that area. So let's see by the end of the month, or the end of the month, let's see by the end of the month how many views this video can get and how many likes. Anyways, shout out again to Dr. Daniel. Thank you for showing me this video. I had a great time reading it. Petition and link to what I just read is in the description below. And please spread the word. And if you did like this content, if you loved it, you enjoyed it, you leave a link to my channel, or you subscribe. And also, just real quick, give another shout out to a person, Amber Ank, who told me that Tell Me Why episode 2 will be out tomorrow, so I have to read that. Well, not read that, play that, sorry. So anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Total Gamer Junkie, signing off.